After spending 10 years defeating the Demon King, the brave heroes returned to their village. On their way back, everyone except Frieren were worried what will be next, as there was nothing left for them to do. As they entered the palace, the king named them Himmel the hero, Eisen the warrior, Heider the priest, and Frieren the mage. That night, everyone was enjoying, dancing, and celebrating their freedom. Frieren was an elf, so she was immortal, but others were human except Eisen. He was a dwarf. Frieren had to leave the land and travel to collect more spell, but others stayed, and they decided to meet after 50 years. In the journey of Frieren, she had many hurdles, but faced them courageously, and was victorious. She collected a lot of spells. In the journey, she wanted a shadow dragon horn, which she didn't got, else waited to return and get it from Himmel, as she gave it to him to store it. And then she returned after so many decades, and everything was changed for her. Then Himmel saw him and called her, and when she saw him, he was changed an old man, but Frieren didn't change a bit. Himmel gave him what she wanted, the horn, and they both walked around the village. She also met Heider and Eisen. They went out of the village to enjoy the time left of Himmel. Then Himmel passed away, and everyone grieved on his death. Frieren cried out loud that why didn't she spend time with him? She could have known him better, but it was too late. Then once again they all separated for good. Frieren again went out to collect more spells and know about humankind this time. A lot of years had passed again, and she came back to look for his friend Heider. This time he was a lot older and weak. He lived with another little girl, Fern, also with potential like mage. He requested her to guide Fern and make her apprentice so she could be with someone, and after listening that she refused to carry a child and see him dying. He made another request to help him crack the code of a book, knowing the knowledge of immortality. She agreed and asked for a time of 6 years as it was hard. She also starting to train Fern so that she could use her magic well. Fern and Frieren both sitting in a waterfall where Frieren taught her that you have a great control of your magic, but your strength is too low, you need to focus on that, and you will be an overachiever. Frieren every day used her time to look for answer inside books so that she could give immortality to Heider as time was passing by, and alongside she showed path to Fern where she was learning day by day. 4 years had passed, then a day came. Heider fell ill. He was collapsed. While lying in the bed, he asked Frieren about the strength of Fern. She told him that she is much stronger now, she can handle many things alone. Heider then again requested Frieren to take Fern with her in the journey, and before he dies they both should leave. He also told that there is nothing such as immortal spell, it was only to hold you back and train Fern, so she could not be left alone once again. And so Heider the priest passed away. Frieren and Fern had left for another long journey. On the way, Frieren only collected spell, by which Fern was surprised that she loves the magic. Frieren also did some small works for other in return of favors or spells. In the way she got a work which was to clean the statue, and she cleaned it like it was nothing for her as it was for her friend. She decided to put some rare flower around the statue of Himmel. Frieren then started to find those flowers. It was a really tough journey, and while they were looking for it, Frieren remembered Himmel in her memories, and then she got the flowers up in the sky in top of a tower. 27 years after the death of Himmel the hero, Fern was also grown up very much. They both were looking for different types of stuff for making spells. Fern felt it that it really odd she is collecting different and unusual stuff. Frieren was disturbed and collecting more and more goodies. Later one night, they both chatted around and Frieren told Fern what was she doing, and then while having lunch Frieren wished Fern happy birthday and gave a present to Fern. Later they both went for training. Fern was learning about defensive techniques where she was leaning to use shield in real fight. Frieren then reached to an old village where she had casted a spell on a monster which she had left frozen as she wasn't stronger, so now she came to kill him as her spell was also going to disable. Next morning, she and Fern went to the mountain and purposely disabled the spell so that she could destroy him this time. Fern then made a protective shield around them. The monster then attacked them but failed. Frieren told the monster that I trained many years so that I could kill you this time, and then she used her strength and killed the monster in an instant with a single blow. The village where the monster was kept in the spell thanked her once again for helping them. 28 years after the death of Himmel the hero, Frieren and Fern came along a seashore where people needed their help, and in return they got a magic spell book. They both clean the shore and also help others to do their work in return of favors. There she learned many things about herself and his friends who had passed away felt about her. Then she returned to the village from where she left after 30 years. Eisen welcomed Frieren and was surprised that she was having a student with her. She asked him that is there anything he wanted help and she is willing to do. Eisen took him to a place Heider had founded ages ago. Eisen, seeing the work Frieren was doing and helping others, surprised him a lot. Eisen wanted some notes that a tree had hidden away. Fern then founded a huge tree is grown roots is located nearby. Frieren then remembered that it is of her teacher who taught her the magic 1,000 years back. Frieren touched the tree and a room unlocked where a book was placed for her by her teacher, who told him about a place where she should go and find the truth about the souls. Eisen told her to go there and talk to Himmel for herself. Fern, by looking that, knew that the place is where the Demon King's home located, and so she left for another journey. Fern and Frieren had gone by a cart. On the way she had her memories which made her sad. They then arrived in a village and got the information about the path they're going to take. They heard rumors about ghosts located in the path. Later, while they were going from the mountains, Frieren told Fern to not to let her guard down. It's not a ghost, it's just an illusion of the person, you know. While they were passing through, a thick mist had covered all the place. There Fern saw an illusion of Heider which she had to kill, but was confused and failed to do so. Frieren helped her, but she also saw Himmel which told him to kill them, and so they defeated the ghost monster. They then reached to the mountain peak where they saw a dragon, and a nest also where there was a magic book she needed. Fern tried to kill the dragon by her magic, but failed, and they ran from there that instant to come back later. They both came to a village where they got to know that the same dragon and once attacked this village, and they were saved by a hero of our village. They were taken to the village hero Stark so that they could get the help from him to get the book from the nest. There they found the truth that he didn't defeated the dragon, it just that dragon left on its own when Stark was frozen in front of him. Stark begged them not to leave him alone. It wasn't his fault, everyone believed he saved them. Frieren gave him 1 day to train, and then she will take him with her. Later that night, Fern and Frieren had their dinner and went out for a walk. Fern that night saw Stark destroy a mountain and got to know that he is also strong. That's why Frieren gave him time so that he could know it also.